Yo, and welcome to what is a very different installment of the Yellow Shirt podcast. You may have noticed, if you're watching on video, it's just me this week. I have no guest. I have no special guest I'm about to wheel out and show off to everyone. It's just me. If you don't know who I am TXM-Tom Spoors, and I am a variety YouTuber, actor, person, majig, man, and today is the 10th episode of the Yellow Shirt podcast. It's been going on for 10 weeks. That's mad. Here's to many, many, many more weeks to come. And here's to many, many more guests to come. But I thought for the 10th episode, I've given 9 different guests their chance to talk about their journey, about their channel, about their creativity, about their inspiration, their processes. I thought I might as well do the same myself. Give you guys a bit of an enlightenment on the TX journey, on my transition from being, I guess, an 8-year-old with a dream to now being an 18-year-old who has a slightly more subscribers on YouTube, and who actually, I guess earns some money from this, which is still kind of mad to think about. So I'm just going to kind of talk. Sorry there is no guest this week if you're painfully disappointed and you're waiting so especially for that one person. There's still going to be more to come. I just thought I'd do something a bit different for number 10. Why not? Let's do it. Let's absolutely give it a go. So I have no notes. That would have been really helpful. But I thought, improvisation. I did a whole term's worth of improvisation training. That can only go well. Improvisation is obviously, my ballpark. But okay, so my YouTube journey. My YouTube journey begins back in what year must it have been? Yeah, 4. So that must be, how old am I? Wait, I'm 18. So and I just finished year 13. So 9 years ago approximately. So I must be 9. 9 when I started my first YouTube channel, which I think was just called Thomas Spoors. I think all is one word maybe. It was either that or Thomas Spoors Games, something like that. I think it might have been Thomas Spoors and it got changed to Thomas Spoors Games. I think that might have been what it was. So Thomas Spoors was my first YouTube channel. My first video, I think, was maybe a house tour. I know, 9-year-old me whipping out his camera, doing a house tour, which was about as good as you expect it to be. Then I did, because what I used to do was camcorder Let's Plays. So what you do is you'd get your video game console and you'd get your camera and you just record it with your camera from a mile away. So I did Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. For some reason I exclusively did, so I did Explorers of Time, I want to say. And I just did the second boss fight in that game. That was all I showed. It was just that, and it was had probably some rock music behind it, because that was kind of my taste at 9. I have no idea why that was a certain video. The other big thing I remember was I did a Skylanders Let's Play. Really early on I did a Skylanders Let's Play. I loved Skylanders, fantastic game. And so I really went to ham doing a Skylanders Let's Play. It never got finished. I think I got about 3-4 episodes in. Very fitting for TXM-Tom Spoors. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that Skylanders Let's Play. It was a really, really entertaining time. The videos are probably terrible looking back. A 9-year-old Tom squeaking. But it was good fun. It was lots of fun to record at the time. That was what YouTube was, obviously. And it's what it's always been. It's fun. It's a good time. I did another thing called Real Life Pokemon. Yo. Okay, let's talk Real Life Pokemon. Real Life Pokemon was the shit. It was the thing I did back in the day on that YouTube channel. And I think that's the thing that I think that's how I experienced my first drop of fame, of what fame felt like as a young kid. And you could say that propelled me to where I am now in terms of why I want to do what I want to do, which is acting on a big stage, on big films. And you could, I guess, somewhat take that back to Thomas Spoors, the YouTube channel, Real Life Pokemon, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. Me and my sister would go to the bottom floor of my house, and we would get our Pokemon figures, get our Pokemon hats, we'd set up a camera, and we'd do improvised episodes of Pokemon. weird characters. It had a whole storyline going on. There were a lot of episodes, I say a lot, about 10, which was a lot at the time for me, for someone who couldn't keep to a series, and honestly still can't. And so I had a decent amount of episodes. There was another series, less successful, called Kid America. I think it was something like Kid America, and it was like a superhero show. I was a superhero. I think it was, you know, the anime isekai stuff, where it's like a guy gets transported to another world. That's kind of what this was. Don't know why. No idea why. This was 6. So this must have been when I was about 11, for context. And I real life Pokemon really, I think, clicked with people. That's a complete terrible use of that term. It was the thing that people started watching. And when I say people started watching, I mean my year started watching. Classmates started watching. At the time, I didn't realize I was getting the piss taken out of me. I was just happy people were watching me. There was another thing called TJS. For those who don't know, that's my initials. My name is Thomas Jeffrey Spoors, and my initials were obviously TJS. TJS was, weirdly enough, kind of similar to what the kind of stuff I'd like to do to nowadays. It was a variety show, kind of. TJS was really weird looking back. It was partly vlogging, partly variety show. I would get a camcorder, I would set it up in my room, and weirdly, it has a lot of similar. You can tell, if you were to watch TJS nowadays, it doesn't exist anymore on YouTube or anything. The videos are long deleted. But I think if you were to watch TJS, I think you'd be able to tell that there was some influence was being taken from it and put into my content today. I would be running around my room, delivering this kind of scuffed Ant and Dec type variety show. Those are not Ant and Dec are. They're like basically presenters and TV presenters in the UK. They do stuff like Britain's Got Talent. They do a show called Saturday Night Takeaway, which is a big variety late night show where you have like all kinds of guests, all kinds of segments. That was TJS. I can't tell you exact details. I don't remember them. The main thing I remember was a shout out thing at the end. We'd shout out classmates. And I remember one episode of TJS when I started introducing guests onto it. One episode of TJS got like shown in a class, in a lesson. Again, didn't realize I was getting the piss taken out of me. I was just happy people were watching it. I was happy that people seemed to be enjoying it. Obviously, looking back, it's quite obvious to tell they were enjoying it in a, haha, look at this fella embarrassing himself kind of way. But it was fun. It was really, really nice. I remember I'd go to people and I'd be like, oh, do you want to get shouted out on the next TJS? And they'd go, yeah. And I'd go, whoa, that's sick. It was a mad experience. It was a really, really mad experience. I think I did a shout out thing with real life Pokemon as well. I'd stick stuff in the credits or something. I don't remember exactly. It was mad. It was if people were watching me, and that was really, really cool. And I think that's inspired a lot of people to do YouTube as well, like people around me. So there was kind of a collective of YouTube channels growing. I still have a bit more to say about TJS. Let me say a bit more about TJS. TJS, I remember one episode I recorded on my phone at a friend's house. Of course. Don't know why. And I remember one thing I added to TJS down the line was Pokemon plushies. I added characters, essentially. So I had an Axew plushie that would serve as like co-hosts. They'd have stuff to say. I think there might have been a storyline. I don't remember. But they would say some cool stuff, some funny stuff. TJS unfortunately eventually died out. I think it got maybe 12 episodes in, is my guess. It was good. TJS was like the thing my channel had going for it. I don't really know why I stopped it, to be honest. I think I just kind of grew out of wanting to do it. Which is weird, because weirdly it's very similar to the kind of stuff I want to do nowadays. So I guess it's weird how life is like a cycle and that shit. But I really enjoyed TJS. I thought it was a really good time to do. I had a good time with TJS. It was good fun. And so a bunch of other people in my year, in my class, and my friends, kind of got convinced to do YouTube because of my YouTube. And obviously, YouTube was growing in size, was growing big. Obviously, people wanted to do it, especially Minecraft. People wanted to do Minecraft. So I have some memories of a bunch of people setting up Minecraft channels. Specifically, I remember one channel called Pace Plays. who I collaborated a lot with. I did a lot of Minecraft videos back in the day. There was that, and then I did some Pokemon videos. I remember one video I did that actually, I want to say, blew up. Probably looking at maybe a few hundred views. I have no idea. I don't remember how many, because basically there was this YouTube channel which went on for years. Eventually, I think it ended up being called Ace Two Shoes. That was the name it had finally. That was the final name it had. I think it might have ended up with maybe 500 subscribers, is my guess. It wasn't that big, but it had a decent amount just because of the sheer amount of years poured into it. It just eventually grew. As my content got better and better, it just kind of had stuff poured into it. But, yeah, so the one video I had that kind of blew up, again, in quotation marks, was a Five Nights at Freddy's video. Kind of. It was an RPG Maker tutorial on how to make a Five Nights at Freddy's game. Terrible tutorial. You don't really learn anything from it. But for whatever reason, people latched onto that video and it got a bunch of views. Capitalized on that Five Nights at Freddy's fame, even though I've only ever played Five Nights at Freddy's on someone else's iPad. So obviously I'm a massive fan. No, I genuinely think Five Nights at Freddy's is a genius game. That's sidetracking though. That's very much sidetracking. But yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. That video did really well, which was really nice. Don't remember what other kind of videos. No, I remember. Oh my god. Sorry, I had an absolute brainwave. Simpsons Tapped Out, for those who don't know, is one of my favorite video games of all time. Not that I think it's a good game in the slightest. It just holds a lot of emotional attachment to me because I love The Simpsons. And I fell in love with that game. I would play that game non-stop. I was addicted. I started a Simpsons Tapped Out playthrough. Now, I started this playthrough on the verge of a new update coming out. So when this new update came out, I was one of the first to release a video on it. That video blew up. I can't tell you how many views it ended up on. It was in the thousands. That video, bro, mad. And I have really fond memories of going to a kids club, going to, it's like where supervisors would take care of you while your parents were away at work. Again, I was still young, doing the Simpsons Tapped Out playthrough. And I rang up my friend because there was no signal, there was no Wi-Fi. So I had to ring up my friend and ask him to check how many views the video was on, because that was the day where the views were exploding. I think I checked my channel on that morning and I got really confused. Why is this video like on so many higher views than I normally get? It was mad. That was a really, really fun memory. It was like episode number 6 or something of a Simpsons Tapped Out playthrough. RIP that playthrough. It was a genius thing. Another thing that I remember from that channel, How Not to Play, I think it was called. It was a rip-off of Hardy Tech Yo-Yo's series, How to Play. But essentially what I'd do is, what it started off was, I would pick a random game I've never played before, and I would play it for a bit. And I would just kind of give my first impressions of it and have a good time at it. And then it eventually evolved into, I get a guest on, I get that guest to play a game that I think they're going to specifically dislike and see how they react to it. It was fun. I remember one time I got what was it? I think I got a guy who actively hates builder games to play a builder game. Stuff like that. You know, I'd basically tailor the game that the guest was playing to be something I knew they would hate to try and get a reaction out of them. That was a fun series. I can't remember what other games I played on it, though. I remember there was one RPG Maker game I played on it. I can't remember what the other games were. It was good. It was good fun, though. Really, that was the mantra of the channel. I was just having fun. My content changed dramatically a lot of times because I was doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. Review Two Shoes. When I changed the channel name to Ace Two Shoes, which happened eventually. But Review Two Shoes was a series I did, which was a big game review series. And I was really happy with those videos. I remember the transition from making the kind of videos I used to make to making more edited videos. That was a massive transition. Because I remember I was texting a friend who also did YouTube, and there was a precedent among the friends I was doing YouTube with at the time, which had changed from previously when I was doing my Minecraft stuff. But these guys were more kind of Pokemon videos. They did top 10s and that kind of stuff, but they did it in PowerPoint. And so when I said I want to do a top 5, he was like, okay, I'm excited to watch the video. I'll watch it in I'm sure it'll come out in 20 minutes, an hour, because you're just going to record it on PowerPoint. And I was like, no, I'm not recording shit on PowerPoint, bro, because I had a precedent. I hated PowerPoint. I want it to be next level. I've always strived to be that next level above. And I was like, I can't do PowerPoint. I'm using Sony Vegas. And so I taught myself how to use Sony Vegas, and I made this more edited. I think it was top 5 badass Kingdom Hearts characters, and I was so proud of it. I put so much time into that video. That video was the turning point of the channel, genuinely the turning point. Not that the channel like massively went down in quality, just I put more effort into each video, and I learned to enjoy editing, which is still something I enjoy to this day. But I very much learned to enjoy editing, and it was a big moment. It was a really big moment. I really enjoyed Ace Two Shoes as a whole. There were lots of good stuff. Something else incredibly influential? I made an Inazuma 11 Let's Play. That Inazuma 11 Let's Play. If it wasn't for that, TXM wouldn't exist. Or at least TXM wouldn't be where it is now. Because that one Inazuma 11 Let's Play sparked me to join Inazuma 11 Discord, which sparked me to post the Inazuma 11 Let's Play on said Discord, which sparked a certain YouTuber called Tale of the Toaster to watch that Let's Play. Why he watched that Let's Play, I have no idea. Let's be frank. He didn't just watch one episode of this 14-year-old Let's Playing Inazuma 11 really badly with terrible aspect ratio. The commentary. So I watched a lot of Hardy Tech Yo-Yo. Hardy Tech Yo-Yo, his big thing was he doesn't pay attention to the game, essentially. His commentary is very not focused on the game. I love that. I wanted to replicate that. And so I was like, how can I do that? Okay, I'm going to do my commentary literally the most random thing possible. I would literally sometimes get a comic book from my shelf. I'm looking over at my shelf to see if I have any of the comic books. I'd get a comic book and I'd start reading it mid-recording. I just kind of look at it, talk about it while playing Inazuma 11. Why the hell did I do that? I mean, I don't know. I remember enjoying it, doing it. But, I essentially, so Tell the Toaster, for some reason, watched all those videos. No idea why. Left me a ton of comments, big, long, massive comments. And the one thing, and so I messaged him basically saying on Discord, "Hi, happy you enjoyed the videos." And he was like, "Yeah, I enjoyed the videos." Well, no, I don't think he said he enjoyed the videos. I think he said, I needed to check out the competition. And I was like, oh, competition, eh? And he remarked on my thumbnails, because I put a lot of effort into doing graphics, doing vectoring of each character. Every episode had a new character vectored. This series had time and effort poured into its terrible aspect ratio. And Tail remarked on that, and he was like, I need to make new thumbnails for Inazuma 1. I said, yeah, I'll make new thumbnails for Inazuma 1. He was like, huh? And so I made 40 thumbnails for Inazuma 1. He paid me. And then everything kind of snowballed from there, and we met up for the multiplayer. This is skipping a far ahead. We met up for the multiplayer, met up for another multiplayer. Eventually, he gave me the... We'll get to the whole randomizer thing. He gave me the idea to the randomizer. TXM blew up. That's the whole different thing that we'll get into. But yeah, main takeaway is that for some reason, watched a 14-year-old's Inazuma Let's Play where he talked about random comic books he had. What the hell did he do that for? That was a terrible idea on his part, to be honest. But I guess it paid off. So I guess it was worth it at the end of the day. What other big things did happened in the lifespan of Ace Two Shoes that I can think? I don't think there was really a whole lot else. I think a lot of Ace Two Shoes I would start a project, play it a bit, and then never really touch it again. Unfortunately, that was a lot of Ace Two Shoes. I did some more top 5s, started using the green screen in the videos. That was really fun. Learning to do that. Draft leagues I would do occasionally, some Pokemon draft leagues. I would do... What else would I do on Ace Two Shoes? It was a lot of stuff like that. It was a lot of random stuff. I remember one thing I did where I made a game and I did a Let's Play of that game. Why not? It was a Kingdom Hearts ripoff called Destiny Blades. I'll get into Destiny Blades someday. Destiny Blades was terrible. Genuinely no other way to say about it. Destiny Blades was quite literally, word for word, a ripoff of the original Kingdom Hearts game. Because I was really into Kingdom Hearts at the time. So it was just 100% a ripoff. 100% a ripoff. And each world would be based on the corresponding Kingdom Hearts world, down to the plot, the storyline. I made a Destiny Blades 2. I started working on Destiny Blades 2. Destiny Blades 2 was a bit more original. I was pretty proud of Destiny Blades 2 for what it was worth. I put a lot more effort into that one. Destiny Blades 1 was broken. In Destiny Blades 1, you could get a spell. It was a turn-based RPG, because it was made in RPG Maker. You get a spell called Lion, and Lion would auto-win. Essentially, I think the final boss came down to whether or not you outsped, and whether or not you killed with Lion. Because I think if you outsped, you won because you kill with Lion. If you don't, you get one shot. For some reason, that was how it worked. I remember playing Destiny Blades again with a French exchange student. Me and him sat down, we played Destiny Blades, but we got to a point where the encounters, every encounter, wild encounter would kill us. It was terrible. Terrible game. Why did I make it? I was like 13 or something. It was a terrible idea. Genuinely, utterly awful game. So why am I rinsing on this is Destiny Blaze? Why am I rinsing on this? But I eventually gave up Ace 2 Shoes because I had one of those moments I think a lot of kids have, and it's to do with confidence. I think a lot of kids suffer with self-confidence issues, and that's natural. That's absolutely natural. I had really, really bad self-esteem. I genuinely, utter to God, hated myself. Every single part of myself I could not stand. And I was kind of sick of having a way of people watching me. I was sick of having a way for people to make fun of me. I wanted to basically erase my existence and say that the only way that people, I don't want people to acknowledge me. That's why I didn't want people to acknowledge me in the slightest. I wanted to be gone, to be vanished from life, from the internet especially. I went through and I deleted every single account on everything that I had on the internet. Basically, I think if you search up, what happens if you search up Ace 2 Shoes now? What comes up? Out of curiosity, there'll be a bunch of pictures mostly. My Reddit, I guess that still exists. RPG Maker forums account, nice. But mostly, I deleted my Twitter. I deleted my basically everything is deleted. I guess it's kind of sad when you think about it. But yeah, every single game, not every single game, every single account was just unfortunately deleted because I just had a massive, massive crisis of I don't want to exist. I want to stop. And that led to obviously me deleting that channel because that was the big thing. I remember, I think the thing that sparked it, I think, was I made a diss track of Tale of the Toaster. It was a joke. It was one of those things where you do it was a diss track that was actually a compliment track because I just wanted to kind of say thank you for being a cool guy. And so I made a compliment track about him. And I forgot that people from my year still watch my YouTube channel. I got relentlessly teased about that diss track. With that diss track in quotation marks. I got relentlessly teased about Ace 2 Shoes, about that channel. Quick trivia about where the name Ace 2 Shoes comes from. It's from a TV show called Jimmy 2 Shoes, and I just liked the word Ace, and so I slapped the word Ace at the front of it instead of Jimmy, and that was my username. But there's nothing more to it. Trust me, my usernames have no thought put into them, no thought in the slightest. But yeah, so I tried to erase my existence on Ace 2 Shoes. It was gone. It didn't exist anymore. And I was just kind of left without a YouTube channel. So I made a new one. For some reason, what absolute, utter dipshit, awful, dumb move was this? He gets teased about having a YouTube channel. So what he does is he makes a new YouTube channel and calls it his name. Just literally just his name, and that was Tom Spoors. That was Tom Spoors, the YouTube channel was. Didn't really have any uploads to it. I didn't really use it at all. It just kind of existed. But I kept saying I want to do something with it. But I don't know why that even existed in the first place. And in terms of other YouTube channels I had, there was Spoors Film. I think my Spoors Film might still exist. Does it? Spoors Film. Does it exist? It doesn't. It does not exist. That's disappointing. That was a movie review channel. It had 2 reviews on it. I was happy with both those reviews. I just kind of realized I didn't really enjoy making movie reviews too much. I like movies. I'm just not great talking about movies, and so that was disappointing. That it's not still on the internet. Is it not? No, the channel still exists. I just don't think the videos on it exist, so you can't search for it. That's disappointing. And then also there was The Flood. The Flood is, I guess, the one that's kind of been referenced by people. Tail referenced it in the TXM diss track. But The Flood was a Let's Play channel that I just kind of... Well, no, The Flood wasn't even a Let's Play channel to begin with. That's a lie. Was it a Let's Play channel to begin with? I think The Flood was just my attempt at wanting to make another YouTube channel. But this time... So the reason it was called The Flood, I have a friend called Mark who has a YouTube channel called Gated Theories, and I kept joking I'd beat him and just kind of destroy him at YouTube. And so I asked a friend what beats Gate, and they said Floods, and I was like, okay, that's my YouTube channel name. I'm trying to find the channel so that I can... apparently it just doesn't really... Oh, there it is. The Flood. Awesome. Awesome. I'm happy with a lot of stuff to do with The Flood. So there was a bunch of stuff on The Flood. There was reviewing all of the gym leaders in Elite Four in Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green. I'm really happy with that video. That was basically, there was a bunch of series on The Flood that I was so happy with in concept. I just never really did. So we had a Bosses Mastered, which was about me reviewing boss battles in certain games. We had Mastered. These all have Master in the name, I'm realizing now. Which was just a review. It was just like me reviewing TV, film, and games. So I reviewed Infinity Train. That was I don't remember if that video was any good or not. I'm not going to watch it. And then I had the Master Dex Quest, which was so sad because I put so much time and effort into Master Dex Quest. And the thumbnail's also one of my better thumbnails that I've made, ignoring the parts that I made, because I just got an artist to do something really cool. But the Master Dex Quest was me doing Birdkeeper Toby's Master Dex, so it was basically just a massively completed Pokedex with a lot of requirements, a lot of different variables and cool stuff in Pokemon. And that would have been a really cool series if I just actually continued it. And then there was a Let's Play that I did. I did daily uploads for this Let's Play. I was really happy with that. But this was the Pokemon Flora Sky Nuzlocke. This had full-on intro moments and everything, which I was really proud of. Full-on intro moments, good thumbnails. Happy with all the thumbnails. The logo's shite. What was I thinking with the logo? The layout's questionable. It's not really a layout. It's just kind of got Pokemon at the side, and it's just not very well spaced out or very well constructed in the slightest. But there's a lot of stuff I'm really happy with about the Flora Sky Let's Play. People who don't like watching me use speed up will hate it because I use a lot of speed up. But that's because of my attention span. In general, I think this is a good Let's Play. That I think if you haven't seen, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're desperate for TXM content, it's all right. It works. It works. There's one thumbnail of a guy with a chair trying to slam it into a Wailord and a Wailmer and a Tentacruel, and that's just a great one. What a great watch. The Flood's a good channel. Oh, it's got Taylor Toaster in the recommended channels. Of course it does. That checks out. That really checks out. When was the channel made? 2019? That feels a lot sooner than I remember. Was it really made in 2019? When was the Flora Sky Let's Play? Flora Sky Let's Play was 2020. Wow. The Flood was 2020. Who would have guessed this? This was uploaded on my birthday. Who would have guessed this? That's mad. Oh. I remember why the Flood exists and why the Flora Sky Let's Play exists. I was going through a lot of tough shit around this time that the Flora Sky Let's Play came out. I was feeling really, really alone. Roll credits. That's the name of the one-man show I made. I was feeling really, really alone, and so I made a Let's Play. Basically to just to have something to do. Just to have an outlet for me and happiness and that. And so that's why this Let's Play exists. Damn, that's really interesting to learn. I like how the finale has more views than the first episode, but I guess that's what happens when you upload when a finale is a last video on it. When something's a last video on a channel, I think it just generally gets more views. I bet the last video I ever post on this channel will get the most views. That's my guess. That's my theory. That's not a good theory, but it's my theory. Tom Spoors then came into existence. I guess Tom Spoors existed before the flood then, using logic, because the cult project was early 2019. That got uploaded, or no, I think it was very, very late 2018. Tom Spoors was a place to put all my short films on. Originally, it was purely just going to be short films. So the cult project, Dante's First Layer, I was going to do some movie review type stuff on it, but I was exclusively going to do kind of movie reviews of like end of year movie lists. So the Spoors Awards, which I'm still really happy about. No one watched it, but it was cool for me to make. And then Tom Spoors took a bit of a turn because I'm just finding the channel just so I can have something to cite. This makes it a lot easier. You know, there's a Tom Spoors topic video. No, Tom Spoors topic channel, which has Aggressively Fine on it. That's really cool. It's all generated by YouTube, but that's really cool. But basically, the Tom Spoors channel started off just being for my short films and the film awards thing. And then everything changed on 27th of March, 2020. That's my sister's birthday. And I think this is the video. I think Greatmonton, which is the name of this video, might be next to Inazuma 11. That original Inazuma 11 Let's Play might be the video that changed my life the most. Because this video taught me that I still enjoy making videos. If you think, Greatmonton was really the first proper video I made since the end of Ace 2 Shoes, which was years and years and years ago. Greatmonton was massive for me. Greatmonton was a badminton video. It was like a badminton comedy video. I just recorded myself playing badminton with my sister, edited together. It taught me I love editing. It taught me that I genuinely really enjoy editing. And that sparked 3 videos. It sparked 2 videos. The Just Dance, and I refer to this as the Golden Trilogy. The Just Dance Odyssey, which is me playing Just Dance, and Trying Every Quality Street, which literally could not have a more generic, easy to pin down name is that. It's just me trying every quality street. Which is a massive video for me, by the way. I got asked by a friend which video I was the most proud of. The answer is Trying Every Quality Street, because for those who don't know, I'm food neophobic, which means that I am scared of trying new foods. And Trying Every Quality Street was trying a lot of new foods. So it was a very scary experience. And I'm shocked I managed to do it, to be honest. But very proud of myself for that one. I basically got into the groove of doing these videos, and then just kind of ran out of ideas. As sad as that is, I started uploading some videos here on out. Just over time. I experimented with a few different things, but what I was finding was that people were really enjoying them, and that was huge. The fact that people genuinely enjoyed watching these videos. It was mostly just friends at the time, but it was really mad. I was enjoying making them. I was enjoying editing them. People were enjoying watching them. And I was proud of all of them. Is there any of these I'm not proud of? No, I'm proud of every single video a lot of these videos are unlisted on Tom Spoors. A lot of the videos are unlisted. But the videos that are still on, I'm still very, very proud of all of them. Yeah, all of these I'm very, very proud of. So get in there. That's great. Well done. Good job. Pat on the back. Pat on the back for you, Tom. Pat on the back. Yeah, pat on the back. Let's do another one. Let's do another pat on the back. That's very, very, very cool. But then, everything changed once again. Because I made a video called Do You Need to Be a Nerd to Like the Mandalorian? And it got no views, and I was really bummed about that, and so I didn't make any more videos for quite a while. And the next video I made would probably be... Drum roll, please. 19th of November 2020, choosing your starter, Pokemon Red and Blue walkthrough and guide, 01. The first ever video from the YouTube channel TXM. Why does TXM exist? Great question. So, I was wanting to get more into graphic design. I was basically wanting to make some cash. I know, my motives never change, but I was wanting to make some cash. I wanted to do graphic designers commissions, but But I knew that I wanted to join some Pokemon YouTube Discords so that I could basically get in with those people and make some graphic design for them. But I was thinking, is there any better a way to promote my own graphic design than by using my own graphic design on a YouTube channel? And I was still very much enjoying making YouTube videos. And so I made TXM, which was basically a way for me to upload Let's Plays. The reason I chose the name TXM is because it was an intentionally quite a hard name to find. It didn't barely related to me. It's obviously my name with an X in the middle, but it didn't really, that didn't really, affect search results. You can't really search Tom with an X in the middle, or search Tom and then TXM comes up, even though if you search my name, it does come up. Great job there. No, but I basically made this channel with the intention of having a little hidey hole that I could just upload Let's Plays onto. As a way I can show it to people and go, oh, look at this graphic design. Oh, cool. Nice. And then they'd be like, oh, that's pretty epic, Tom. And I'd be like, yeah, it is pretty epic. I put a lot of effort into these videos. I uploaded daily for 8 months. And it was somewhat stressful. But the main thing from it, and you got to remember, it got a lot easier as it went on to upload daily. What I would say was, it's like if you was to graph it, you start off, it's really easy. No, you start off, it's really hard. Then it gets really easy. Then it gets really hard. Kind of as your enjoyment and motivation dies. And basically my equipment got better. That's what's made it easier, is my equipment got better. But I used to use a proper actual camera that I would use for recording short films to record my face cam. And the problems this caused me. Because I would have to use this camera, which would record for a 20-minute video about gigs, 4-5 gigs of just pure video, and I then have to transfer across to my terrible laptop, edit on Sony Vegas, which would crash about 8 times, put in all the edits as well, then upload that, all in the span of a day. And not just a day, an afternoon, basically, because obviously school exists. So I'd be doing all this in one afternoon, for months and months, and I'd be getting 2 views a video. And I was fine with that. Genuinely was honest to God fine with that. I think that might have been the single time I cared the least about views. I was on 20, 30 subscribers maybe, and I got those because I would basically, because I met a guy called Beetle Binky really early on doing TXM, and he promoted me, and that was how I got to the subscriber count I had. And that was really cool. I made Pokemon videos. I enjoyed making Pokemon Let's Plays. I did Pokemon series with Beetle Binky. I did a Kingdom Hearts walkthrough, which I'm still really proud of. I'm still really proud of the Kingdom Hearts walkthrough. I wish more people watch the Kingdom. Though I think going back, I think the Kingdom Hearts walkthrough, I think the camera's really, really laggy for whatever reason. I don't think it quite holds up. But then I've got a Professor Layton Let's Play, which I'm also still really proud of. I don't know if that one holds up, though. A lot of these were recorded in bulk over Christmas for whatever reason. There's a lot of cool stuff that I'm proud of here. And then TXM just kind of, it just kept going, essentially. It never really stopped, never faltered. It just kept going. I just kept plowing on 100%. But then Tail the Toaster, the big man, he suggested, Tom, you should do a freaking Inazuma 11 randomizer video. And I was like, yeah, that's a decent idea. I like Inazuma 11. I was going to Let's Play Inazuma 11 at some point. Might as well do a randomizer. And he promoted that video. And that video blew up. I mean, I say blew up. It's at 2.3k views now. It was a long time. For a long time, it was my most viewed video. It's not anymore. It's not miles off now. But it used to be. And I was very, very happy about that, let's just say. My channel went from, I think it may have been something like, it went from 30 to 100 in the span of a couple of days. That was what the growth was like, and it kept going. It kept going. My friends who did Pokemon YouTube couldn't understand. They had no idea what was happening. They thought it was insane. I started live streaming, also really close to that. My first live stream, 10 episodes into Inazuma 11 I was, 10 episodes in. Because the first live stream was to celebrate 100 subscribers. But I think by this point I was already on like 150 or something. Because that was how quick the growth was going. The Inazuma Randomizer was insane. I have good memories of it. It was genuinely insane. Unfortunately, the Inazuma Randomizer caused, because of the big success of it, I got really, really anxious about my, about posting other content. I was really anxious that if I was to post a series that my fans weren't really, that wasn't in Zoom 11, I would bomb. And that would be it. And my success would disappear. And people would be like in the comments going, where's in a Zoom 11? This isn't in a Zoom 11. And I think that looking back, I think that was silly. And I'm really disappointed in myself for going through that. Because of that, I lost some friends. I unfortunately didn't stay in contact with my friends, particularly my Pokemon friends, because I was so focused on this Zoom 11 grind. There's such thing as called working too hard, and I was working too hard. I was too focused on the Zoom 11 grind that I didn't stop to notice that my Pokemon friends I was losing touch with. And I managed to finish the Pokemon Yellow Cage Lock, thank God, which I'm still so happy with. And I hope you guys go and watch that. It's a fantastic series. But stuff like Pokemon Trading Card Game Versus with El Nato, that didn't get finished. And I was really sad about that. It was a really sad time to lose those friends. It's an ouchie moment. It's a proper ouchie moment. But, in general, it was a lot of good. Don't get me wrong, aside from that, it was a lot of good. I was getting views that I'd never thought it was possible for me to get. My channel was growing at an exponential rate. I don't remember how many subscribers I on by the end of 3. I must be on about 400 by the end of Instagram 3 randomizer, which was pretty big, as you can say. That was maybe only about a month between. I grew pretty freaking crazily big. Let's see, Instagram 1 randomizer was like 7 months ago, and this was 5 months ago. How does time work? 2 months and about, again, like 300, a lot of subscribers. And we started live streaming more. My fans made a new Zoom 11 game. The mod. Mad. God, I milked Taylor Toaster for views, and that video isn't even on the same amount of views as the others. What the hell? What is this? What is this life? What is this life? The Great Road of Heroes, that was an insane day. The Great Road of Heroes day, the trailer day. I was the first person to post a Great Road of Heroes trailer reaction analysis thing. People have asked, Tom, why are you talking so deep in that video? I was talking so deep in that video because it was 8 a.m. and I was trying not to wake up my parents, who were in the next room along. So I was talking really quietly. That's why my voice sounds so deep. And that video, obviously, is my most viewed video to date. It got a lot of views really fast. It was kind of mental. It's almost at 5k now, which is kind of bonkers. But, so that happened. I got a lot of subscribers off that. I think I went from about I think it was 350 to 400 was that video. I think that video pushed me to 400. And then eventually, somewhere along the line, where's Aggressively Fine? There it is. There's Aggressively Fine. And then the subscribers kept coming. I got to 500 really quickly, I remember. And we got Aggressively Fine. Aggressively Fine, I'm still so proud of. I'm still so proud of Aggressively Fine. I never thought I'd be able to make music in my life. And finding a friend who can make music is kind of mad. And it helped. It created Aggressively Fine, which, as a song, probably isn't anything special. But is what it means to me. It means a lot. It means a hell of a lot. It's good fun. It's good fun. And my grandma loves it. That's all that matters, really. That's really all that matters. And then, as it went on, I became basically a full-time, because I was off school, in a Zoom 11 YouTuber. I would post in Zoom 11 videos at a rate that no one else could compete with. And I did a lot of bonkers things. I did an 8-hour charity stream that raised 2,000 quid for charity, almost. That was kind of bonkers bananas, to be honest. That was kind of bonkers bananas when you really think about it. Bloody hell, that was a lot of money raised. That was really cool. That was really, really fun. Almost 4k views that one's on. We peaked at 200 viewers, I think. Mental. Absolutely mental. And honestly, I was so happy. I was taking in every single last second. It crossed my mind a few times, I can't do this forever. it crossed my mind the fact that Inazuma 11 was a very, very finite resource. Especially because of the fact that Go Randomizer, there was no talk about it. It was announced, no more talk about it. And so I was really scared. And then that fear got more and more and more. Experiment with shorts. Annoyingly, the shorts blew up after I stopped doing shorts, which is really irritating. Every Raimon player is also almost on 4K. I think that's my third most viewed video. Maybe Go Galaxy overtook it. There's a Go Galaxy video which is blown up recently, which is mad. And then the big one, the end of daily uploads. I think it's, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm just looking. You know how irritating it is that Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy, but it's a game show, it's gotten to 1K views after, it's gotten to 1K views now, when it was the video that convinced me to do the end of daily uploads video. Because that video bombed upon release. And I was like, I'm doing something wrong. I need to step back. I need to adjust. I need to learn. Because I'm not enjoying it. I'm miserable. I'm not enjoying it. And I was burnt out. I was so burnt out. And so I took a step back, readjusted, and then killed my channel. Thumbs up! No, but the Go Galaxy puts a game show video, that irritates me that it's that high. I would continue that series. I really would. But I was so disheartened. I can't bring myself back to it. I was really, really disheartened about that video's performance, and to see and do it's really doing well now, that might hurt even more. But you have like stuff like the Versus Tale the Toaster. That was a really, really fun series to record. That was a really, really, really fun series to record. Who is Mark Evans' real dad? That was Law and Order. No, it's called Law and Chaos. Law and Chaos. Sorry, Law and Order is what I was parodying in the title. Law and Chaos was a really fun idea that I didn't have enough ideas to sustain. I don't think it's that I didn't have enough ideas. I was really obviously burnt out on Inazuma 11, and I genuinely couldn't bring myself to make content about it. And that was really annoyingly too obvious. Law and Chaos was lots of fun to make. Unfortunately, the views didn't quite sustain me putting myself through that, even though the views are obviously better than what I'm doing now. It was a lot of effort for something that, you know, it was kind of disheartening to know that I could have made a video of me reacting to the Inazuma 11 Reddit again and gotten just as many views. I mean, that's always slightly disheartening. It's still disheartening to this day. But, a top 5 hottest Inazuma 11 characters. That was the best video I ever made. We experimented. We did a Miitopia stream series on Twitch and turned that into highlights. That was pretty epic. We did, stream highlights were a thing on the channel for a while. I was experimenting a lot. The Yellow Shirt podcast started around this time. And I think that was the signal to me that I don't want to do Inazuma 11, because I was having so much fun making these videos, these Yellow Shirt podcast ones. I think it was the signal to me that I don't want to do Inazuma 11 on the channel anymore. I did a few Inazuma 11 videos. I think the last one was ranking every planet in Go Galaxy, which was lots of fun, but by that point the algorithm had killed my channel, so there was no point doing Inazuma 11 anymore, because the algorithm had already done its dirty work. It already buried me down below. I couldn't quite surface my way back from it. But what it did mean is I could just do whatever the hell I wanted on my channel. I could do whatever the hell I wanted on TXM, and it didn't matter because I wasn't getting pushed anyway. Even if I was making videos the algorithm liked, I wasn't getting pushed, so I just make whatever. Pilot's Pilot is the dumbest video I've ever made, and it's also one of my favorites I've ever made, because it's just really, really stupid. What else was there? I worked on a Netflix show, which is a really symbolic video, because it was like, it was this actual cool thing I did. Ranking every Genshin Impact, we did a little time period. Yeah, I guess that's the one video that kind of came from that time period, actually, like, it's on the channel, of big boy streams, which kind of, I guess, is still a thing to this day. But we did a couple big boy streams. I got really into streaming, and unfortunately, big boy streaming is a really hard thing to maintain when you have no real control over your life. And I don't really have any control over my life as of probably for another few years. It's really hard to maintain big boy streaming. And unfortunately, what happens is that I will stream for a few days in a row and then not for another week, because that's just how my schedule works out, is that time is finite, unfortunately. Time is very, very, very much finite. I still have that inkling in the back of my mind whenever I stream that I'm wasting people's time. I have that inkling that I'm wasting people's time. It's like, That's not good. No, I am. I'm not wasting people's time. I'm doing great. Tell yourself that one, Tom. But yeah, I mean, generally. Oh, there was the other thing. No, not Taylor Twister. Who cares about that guy? High Tech Yo-Yo talks Pokemon YouTube. The Yellow Ship podcast episode with High Tech Yo-Yo in it is the single proudest I've been of any video ever, because that is my all-time favorite YouTuber, and I got to make that video, and that was mad. There's not a whole lot to say. I think in that video you can see how much I'm fanboying, and that makes me very happy. And then Head vs. Head happened. Head vs. Head, ayo. Head vs. Head is one of those projects where I was like, I want to make a game show, and then 2 minutes later, I was setting up a game show with 8 people having said yes, and I was getting ready to record the first episode. Head vs. Head was very, very quickly made, and the editing took so much time to. It's the most time I've poured into something because of just how big of a scope it is compared to what usually. Like, generally the episodes are 30 to 40 minutes, and it's not like it's a short editing job. These take hours to make. It's ridiculous. But they're lots of fun. They're lots and lots and lots of fun. They made some really weird videos as well. Stuff like dramatic reading of Beast Quest is just a bonkers video. As is I cosplayed as an anime girl, Nelly Raimon from Inazuma 11. That's a mad video. I play ping pong against a wall. Sure, why not? I've talked about Alone a bit. Alone is obviously a really important video to me because it is my one-man show that I put a lot of effort into and came right from the heart. People seem to really like that one. That was epic. It's inspired me to make more shit like it. Make more shit like it. But I think that kind of brings us up to present day, where right now I'm currently running 3 channels. Tom Spoors doesn't count. Tom Spoors isn't getting any more videos to it unless like dire consequences call for dire measures. TXM plus 1, which is just kind of where I'm putting stream shit on. TXM Moments, which is for clips, which I just have a lot of fun with. Just make some random clips for the crack. And then obviously TXM Tom Spoors. And honestly, for the first time in a while, I'm really happy with doing YouTube. I'm having fun. I'm making a series I enjoy. I've kind of accepted the fact I'm going to get less views, but that's fine. Yellow Shirt Podcast. I'm so happy about this. This is my baby. Head vs. Head is my other baby. Love that to death. I have a massive, massive plan coming soon. Unfortunately, moving is meaning that that's going to kind of all up in the air. Who knows when that's going to happen, but it will happen eventually. It's kind of... Oh, I forgot that I made top 100 in Instagram Hitatsus. That's besides the point. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff here I'm proud of. And I hope you guys have enjoyed the journey. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching the content. And maybe, who knows, maybe this inspired you to go back and watch some old TXM favorites, some old TXM ones you've never watched. Maybe it's inspired you to go and watch The Flood. Why the hell would you do that? I have no idea. But maybe it has inspired you to go watch The Flood. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I guess this. Let's call this a special episode of Yellow Shirt Podcast. I almost said Head versus Head. No, Yellow Shirt Podcast. It's a bit different, but a bit different is what we like every so often. This might have been a bit too sad, to be honest, but that's fine. I'm happy doing YouTube now. I'm very, very happy. And it's a shame to me that I'm about to take a month off for uni and all that. But when I come back, it'll be stronger than ever. And I promise that. You guys are still going to get Yellow Shirt Podcast videos, obviously, every single week. No worries about that. I'm about to record so many in a row in the next few days. You're not even ready for it. You're not even ready for it in the slightest. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening or whatever. If you're watching on Spotify, make sure you click follow, subscribe. I think it might be adding. There's a button you press so you get like updates or whatever. Same with on Google Podcasts. And then on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all that beautiful, beautiful stuff. Turn on bell. I don't know. Go kiss your mother. Whatever. Have a good time, and bye.